Hey everyone, this is Christopher Carter from Dynamic Music Partners, and you're listening to my friends at Geekcast Radio.
Please let it be a wrong number.
Terry, you're needed.
Right now? I'm on my way to meet Dana. Can't it wait?
No. Matt stands out again.
Great. What's his gripe this time?
Blow it all up!
Hello and welcome to Legends of the Dark Knight, episode 31.
Yep. It's been a few months.
That's an understatement. But I have internet's back, so that's the plus side.
Yes. And we did have the interview with Brian Ward and Dr. Andrea Letamendi from the Arkham session, so that's always nice. So there's a little bit of an interim, but we are back and we are in full swing for Batman Beyond.
Swing, bada, 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 swing.
Swing, bada. Yeah, you know what? Since February, or since whenever I don't think it was February when it was released, but since that time, since episode 30, I have not been doing nothing but in my, most, 1 minute and 26 second spare time kind of thing, I've constantly been watching that 75th anniversary Batman Beyond short. I still cannot stop watching that thing.
I really like that. I wish that was like a separate animated movie.
Oh, I know it. Can you imagine?
I could, but it'll never happen.
You never know. I mean, sometimes they use those things to bring stuff back. I don't know. I mean, I would love it. Absolutely love it. And the funny thing is, after that happened, they got Friedel and Conroy back for Bruce and Terry. They also got back Christopher Carter, Lolita Romanos, and Michael McQuistion. The Dynamic Music Partners did the music in that short.
Oh, I could tell it was all of them back.
I mean, yeah, it was so amazing. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely loved it. 75th anniversary of Batman. They're doing so many cool things so far. I'm hoping for another Batman Beyond short, but I'm not holding my breath for one. What else has been going on Batman style? Let's see here.
The Batmobile came out.
Oh, yes.
And the Batsuit, which I
and the
predicted
Batsuit
in Altered Geek.
Yep.
Which myself and Powers did. We did
Yep.
that the first episode.
Yep.
And we were right.
Yeah.
On the
The Batsuit, the Batmobile, and the title. Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Oh, call it what it is.
You know what? Since we had the other Batman kind of related news, not necessarily to Batman Beyond, but Beware the Batman's second part of Season 1 DVD is coming out, and I believe the subtitle for that is Dark Justice.
Oh, Beware the Batman.
Yeah, Beware the Batman. The subtitle for the second half of season 1 is Dark Justice. I would have loved it if it was Batman versus Superman. Dark Justice, not Dawn of Justice. Other than that, I can't think of anything else, really. I guess we should get to the episodes today, right?
I would think so. That would probably be a good thing since we've been slacking.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Alright, we'll be back in a moment.
I just want to get back inside.
It's an addiction, Max. He's messed up your brain chemistry. Come on, let me help you.
If you want to help me so much, then leave me alone. Let go of me! The couch will be fine, James.
Your whole family lives here?
Whole family is just me and my sister most of the time. The folks split up when I was a kid, and Mom's on the road a lot for work. I guess you and I both have our secrets. Except mine seems kind of pathetic right now.
Hey, at least you don't have to wear tights. Speaking of secrets, I gotta call the guy. Then you'll take me back to Spellbinder? It's me. Yeah, she's fine. I'm letting her rest a bit and then...
Terry!
Whoever you are, when he wakes up, tell him I'm sorry.
Hey, easy on the car.
I can't believe I got her involved in this.
Now you sound like Batman.
What?
I've been right where you are. More times than I care to count. And like you said, there's no way you could have stopped her.
Alright, so first up, in Batman Beyond Season 2, this time around for Legends of the Dark Knight, we are getting hooked up, which is the 21st episode of Batman Beyond, originally aired on November 13th, 1999. Batman discovers several teenagers addicted to a new form of virtual reality, which causes harmful side effects and pushes many of its users to a life of crime to pay for their habit. Things worsen when Max, who has been pressing Terry to let her take a more active role in his crime fighting, investigates the technology and becomes hooked on it herself. Is this the debut of Spellbinder, or is this the... God, I forget when he debuted. Oh my god, we haven't done this show in so long I've already forgotten people. Where did he debut? I mean, I like this episode. It's basically their episode.
It's like the Riddler one.
Well, it is, but it's more like this episode is more so. It's more so like virtual reality drug use is what it is. It's kind of like slappers for video game people. You know, it's that's what I view this as.
But it's almost like what the Riddler did.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing Commissioner Gordon and Robin in the game.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then Batman kicked his ass.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. This episode... no, this is not... This is Spellbinder's second episode so far. He will have one more that he's featured in, and then one where he's just mentioned. But Spellbound was his first episode. So, but this one, I liked it. It was interesting. It was kind of nice to see that Max wanted to do a little bit more. It was kind of nice to see basically Terry and Bruce be on the same page and say, nope, she ain't doing nothing. I like the animation. Absolutely love the music in it. The voice acting is always is top notch. I'm trying to think of...
Don't start that shit now.
You're an ass, you know that, right?
Yes.
Yes. Like I was saying, the music, specifically where Terry is tailing Donnie, is amazingly well done. It really, really is. I thought that the plot is kind of contrived a little bit, but it's by no means the worst Batman Beyond episode. It's always nice when they add more to Terry's rogues gallery, or add more to the villains that he has in his rogues gallery, and this is one of those times with Spellbinder, because we've seen Shriek a couple of times, or we will see Shriek later in this episode, actually. I don't know, what do you think about this one?
It was alright. I mean, it's not the kind of virtual reality thing. It's not really my thing as far as that.
It's very 90s.
Well, I mean, not only is it very 90s or Star Trek. I kind of agree with your other statement about the slappers and everything else. I mean, it's kind of. I mean, for one, I'm not a big fan of Spellbinder. He's basically like the New Age Scarecrow, in essence.
Yeah, a little bit.
In essence.
No, I agree.
But, I don't know. Just it's not. It's interesting, but it's not enough for me to care, more or less. I did like the fact that they did all the flashback segments in Terry's mind.
Yeah.
It's just funny. Oh, let's overload their brains. Ah!
Oh my god. If you think about this is 4 years after Edward Nygma's box in Batman Forever.
This is your mind. This is your mind on Spellbinder.
Yes, exactly. As far as the continuity goes, Max, as I said, is pressing Terry to become more involved in his secret life as Batman. Spellbinder's virtual reality booth would later be used to temporarily imprison Mad Stan and Eyewitness. And at this point, Max does not know that Bruce Wayne was the original Batman. By the episode final cut, she has figured it out. For trivia, we have, like I said, like the Winning Edge episode, this episode is a commentary on drug addiction. Bruce reports that Jesse and Spellbinder's other victims have turned up comatose with excess level of serotonin, a neurotransmitter in their brains. Serotonin is often released from the brain's neurons by the action of certain psychedelic drugs, including ecstasy. Let's see.
You know what that is, right? Like the not that per se, but the you can almost infer that this entire episode is like watching Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, pretty much. Would you like to have a cup of tea? Move down.
I like liquid drugs. Ah.
As you mentioned, when Spellbinder attempts to overload Terry's mind, several frames from this and previous episodes flash on the screen. A shot of Terry laughing and holding a book, and Warren with his arm around Terry, ×2. A shot of Bruce as he overhears Terry getting knocked out earlier in this episode. A shot of Max eating a meal from earlier in this episode. A shot of Warren smiling. A shot of Blight screaming.
Scream, bitch, scream!
A shot of Max smiling after Kip told her Spellbinder's VR room could simulate love from earlier in the episode. A shot of Bruce in the Batcave and Ace yawning from Earthmover. Batman steering the Bat submarine from Earthmover. Close-up of Bruce talking to Terry from Earthmover. That's basically all the rest of the trivia is the list of these shots, and most of them are from Earthmover. A couple of them are from Joyride and Splicers. But it's interesting how they worked all that in.
Yep.
Absolutely. Let's see. I'm looking for the voice actors here. Jennifer Hale was uncredited as Elaine Grasso, Donnie's mom, and she also voiced one of the other kids, Jesse. Jason Marsden was Donnie Grasso. It's always nice when Mars shows up. Michael Rosenbaum was Wendell.
Not surprised.
No, not really. Overall, Hooked Up it's an okay Spellbinder episode. I like his other one that's coming up, not in this episode of the podcast, but later, more so, because it's a little bit cooler. Any other final thoughts on Hooked Up?
Nah.
Alright, we're going to move on to the next episode.
Maybe giant rats got her. The only giant rat around here is Terry McGinnis. He blipped you off again? Big time.
Dana!
Be advised, this story contains graphic images.
I've been looking all over for you.
Look somewhere else. As far as you're concerned, I'm not here.
Ooh. Listen, I'm sorry. Mr. Wayne needed me again last night. I don't blame you for being mad.
Mad? Tara, I am way beyond mad. I've tried to be patient.
And you've been great. You've always been there for me.
So what do I get in return? Broken dates, broken promises. You care more about your dumb job than you do about me.
Dana, I have responsibilities now. My mom and brother depend on me. What do you want?
Someone who occasionally will be there for me.
Dana, wait!
Girl time. Too bad you can't tell Dana what you've really been doing at night.
Up next is what I think is by far the worst episode of the entire series. Because I say that, and yet I find it more enjoyable to watch. This is sad, and I know you're going to groan and you're going to roll your eyes at me when I say this, but watching Batman Beyond 22nd episode, Rats, is more enjoyable for me than watching Ratatouille.
I'd rather watch Ratatouille.
No. Rats is a really bad episode. It really, really is. It depicts a rough patch in the relationship of Dana and Terry that leaves Dana in a rather dangerous situation. Fed up with his constant absences, Dana leaves Terry only to be intrigued by a message pledging devotion to her. She soon finds herself kidnapped by a disfigured boy whose short temper could easily be the death of her. Terry soon finds out about her disappearance and tries to find her. So we have Rat Boy. Oh man, Patrick the Rat Boy.
Meh. Rats.
Oh, jeez. Where's a Rimshot app when you really need one? Ba-dum-bum-bum. Here's the thing. Why did they do this? If they want to show something with Terry and Dana's relationship and it being on the rocks, don't make her run to the arms of the Rat Boy. And then once she gets there, she realizes he's a psycho.
Well,
and she tries to escape.
That's not very bright. I mean, thinking that she's going to be normal, or he's going to be normal.
Yeah.
He's as weird as Charlie Sheen on Tiger Blood.
Yeah. You know what's funny to me, though? The giant rats in this episode. At least the image that's on the wiki article that promotes the beginning of the episode or the part of it, whatever. They look to me like the polar bears from the Sub-Zero movie. From Batman and Mr. Freeze, Sub-Zero. At least in that shot where they're standing together and then you got the rose.
No, I mean, I get the reference.
Yeah. This episode is just not... I don't know. What are your thoughts on Rats?
Boo.
Okay. Getting into some continuity, Dana's father alludes to Terry's criminal record, the details of which will be revealed in big time. The first it was mentioned was in A Touch of Curare. That's the good thing about this episode. Mad Stan appears for the first time in this episode, but deducing from Bruce and Terry's exchange, Batman has had previous off-screen dealings with him. An action figure of Magma from the Terrific Trio episode is part of Patrick's collection, as he states that it is something no one wants, this episode occurs after the episode Heroes, as the trio has been discredited. I want to talk about the cast just for a moment because we've got we've got Henry Rollins as Mad Stan. That could not be any more perfect casting.
What are you talking about?
Yep, absolutely.
He's an asshole.
Yep. First and only time Dana's father is seen. The man sitting next to Terry on the train seems to be the same one Batman saved in Hidden Agenda. He also makes a cameo in Speak No Evil and Countdown. In one scene, a toy monkey identical to the doll seen in the Superman animated series episode Monkey Fun can be seen in Patrick's collection. Mad Stan's rant about information overload is similar to that of Spider in Johnny Mnemonic, with both characters portrayed by Henry Rollins. Mad Stan's appearance seems to have been modeled off of Rollins. Very awesome. I don't know. This episode is just a little too weird for me. It really is. The animation was fine. The music, I like the music in it. But the plot is just so ludicrous. It really is. I don't know. Any other thoughts on Rats?
It's kind of making me a little batty. I don't. I'm sorry, these cheap puns. I can't help it.
Yes, we're going to move on to the next episode.
It's crashing me down, Max. Where could she be?
Grip yourself, Ter. What about the fat man? What'd he have to say?
They took him down to county. I don't think he's gonna be forming sentences for a while. She'd only contact me.
Maybe she's not here anymore.
No. She's in Gotham somewhere. Don't ask me how I know, I just do. I can feel it.
Hey, I believe anything on this case. Ooh, time to reveal the new, more natural me. I'll call you later.
Speak to me.
I have to whisper.
Tamara? Is that you?
Shh. We have to be quiet. They can hear.
Are you all right?
Yes, but you've got to find me. We're leaving tonight.
Where are you?
In a boat.
Where's the boat?
In the water.
Where in the water?
I don't know.
Okay. Don't get upset. Is there anything you see that can help me? Like the name of the boat? Anything? Tamara.
Up next is Mind Games.
Yep.
This one depicts Terry's first encounter with people wielding psychic capabilities after saving a family from a car accident. Terry starts receiving strange messages from the family's daughter. He soon learns that she's contacting him telepathically and that she's been kidnapped by a group called the Brain Trust. Now Terry must fight to save the child from superpowered individuals. Dun dun dun! What are your thoughts on the Brain Trust?
It almost reminds me of that episode with the epilogue where they show Bruce and the superpowered girl.
Oh, Ace. Yeah.
Ace.
I don't think she's a part of this, but yeah, she was more so Royal Flush Gang than anything else. But yeah, you're right. I like this episode. I thought it was really interesting. What is kind of interesting, they call the albino character in this Edgar, or they call him, they call him Edgar. he is the adult in this episode. He is the adult son of Stephen Mandragora, who was someone that Huntress was hunting in the episode Double Date of Justice League Unlimited. So I think that's kind of interesting how they kind of tie the stuff back and forth to Batman Beyond and Justice League Unlimited. I mean, this episode, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, I liked it. I thought it was interesting. I like how Terry interacts with the girl.
Well, it adds an element of his humanity back in.
It does, and it also makes him be a detective. I think this is really one of the first times that we see him, like, full-on detective mode.
Yeah, because he really doesn't have to do it.
No, because Alfred is sitting right there. I do love how the girl used the design on her toy as the illusion to scare the people. I thought that was great. And she does. If Lois Lane had mental powers, she almost reminds me of Lois in that same episode that they referenced, Superman Animated Series Monkey Fun.
I almost thought you were going to say mental problems.
No.
If Lois Lane had mental problems.
Mental powers, not problems, mental powers. So. Alright, any other thoughts on Mind Games?
Overall, not a bad episode. I mean, it's so far one of the only watchable ones of the night.
Absolutely, but they get better. So we're gonna move on.
It took me 20 years to win those trophies.
Well, someone finally found a way to get to Coach Fitz.
You know what they're saying, don't you? It's the work of the Ghost, just like everything else that's been happening around here.
Ghost?
The ghost of Garrison Jacobs, the kid who was killed when they built the East Wing.
Where have you been the last 2 weeks? In a cave?
Next is Revenant. Strange things occur at Hamilton Hill High School, and the students start spreading rumors that a ghost is responsible. However, Bruce thinks otherwise and instructs Terry to find the real source of the trouble. And he soon discovers that it's his old enemy, Willie, has been using some powers.
Technically, I wouldn't say Willie was an enemy. I mean, Willie Watt was a kid with a really crappy dad and a really crappy home life. He's not your garden variety Batman Beyond villain. He's not a curare. He's not an ink. He's just a misunderstood child who wants people to like him, and because people will always make fun of him, he's now coming back and realizing what a rush it is for him to be the bully. But I wouldn't say he was Terry's enemy. I don't know. I really dug this episode. It kind of reminded me of that old horror movie called Witchboard. And, you know, using Ouija boards and whatever else. And, I said in my notes for this one that I would love... That's one thing I love about Batman Beyond is their take on how technology of the future would be. While I don't want a shower that someone can control with their mind, but I would love to have one of the shower stalls that are in the girls' bathroom because of the automatic temperature control. That's just amazing. I love that. But again, animation. Very well done. Willie Watt's powers, the fact that he no longer needs the golem because of what happened in the earlier episode. And I think, I could be wrong, I'm going to have to check on this, but I think this is the last time we see Willie Watt.
I just want to see Willy Wonka every time I see him.
No. let's see. But I really dug it. I thought it was a great episode overall. I thought it was really cool as far as the mystery goes. Yeah, this is the final time that we see Willie. We never see him again after this.
I was kind of fine with this episode. I mean, you get kid with psychic powers basically screwing with people.
Mm-hmm.
Which, can't lie. I'd screw with people too if I had powers.
I was just going to say, it's something you would definitely want to do. I know how your brain works.
I'd have a blast with it.
Yep. As far as continuity goes, Bruce makes references to Immortals in the Batman animated series episode Avatar, and Witch Boys and Demons in the new Batman Adventures episode The Demon Within, and when faced production-wise, Zombies in Justice League. However, his misbelief of ghosts contradicts his backstory with Dead Man in the Justice League Unlimited episode Dead Reckoning. Willie's vengeance on Nelson, his crush on Blade, and the accident he had with the Golem that led that he attributes his powers to follow the events of the episode Golem. So that's kind of funny. We've had several episodes now where they're dealing with the same kind of thing. We had The Winning Edge earlier, not today, but earlier in the series, and then we had what's the name of that stupid episode? Hooked Up, dealing with drugs, and now this is the second episode in a row that deals with mental powers after Mind Games. Mm-hmm. This episode also shows a contrast between the upbringing of Terry and Willie and the results of it. The title has two fitting meanings. Revenant can mean either ghost or someone who returns. There's not too many... Seth Green returns as Nelson Nash. Melissa Disney is Blade. Other than that, there's not too many real casting notes. I think my favorite line out of this episode though is from Dana. Where have you been the last 2 weeks? In a cave?
And he's like, you have no idea.
Yeah. So, overall, Revenant is easily one of the better episodes of today. I'm not sure when we do the final ranking of the episodes whether I'm going to put this or Babel at the top. So let's get our Babel on after this.
Shreve was discharged by that mental hospital he was in. They say they cured him.
Cured him, huh? Do you believe that?
As the guy he blames for his hearing loss, I'd say no.
It had to have been Shriek. But why?
And how? And that suit of his was pretty powerful, but I don't see how it could have affected that much of the city.
Maybe he found some way to Pradish dash Pergrana.
What? You're not making Arisno. Cordytiotoxin?
Terry, what's happening to you? Granboki Waggle. Laxna.
Nolam Tau. Tau Base. Everyone's going nuts.
And we're back with the final episode of the night, Babel. It depicts the return of Shriek, finding a way to blanket Gotham City with his sound-vibrating technology. He alters the sound waves carrying human speech to make it seem as if people are speaking gibberish. The city is threatened with chaos, and Shriek demands that Batman surrender to him. Now Batman must decide whether to sacrifice himself for an ungrateful population or to find a way to stop Shriek himself.
Okay, the one bad thing about this episode
It's Charlie Brown sounds. Wah, 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 wah.
No, I actually like that.
I think it's funny.
One bad thing about this episode, Gotham City of the future has two buildings that basically act as a tuning fork. Really? Seriously? Come on now. That's the only bad thing about this episode for me. I love the babbling. I thought that was great, and I love how the look when Bruce and Terry are having that staring contest, and then Terry's like, okay, I gotcha, and he pulls the suit out. I love that. I thought that was amazing. I love the conversation between Barbara and Shriek, where she says, "You're out of your mind." Duh. This is such a great episode because Shriek is a villain I will never not be able to like. Like, I will never be able to dislike him at all. I thought, the animation was great. The sound in this episode was great. The sound vibrations, the music, all very, very well done. And it's nice to see that you can take Shriek, who is supposed to be one of Batman's main rogues, and kind of not really put him in. This isn't really a one-off episode. This is kind of like a second part to his original episode, because he's coming back for Batman's head on a pike because he is now deaf. He can't hear anything.
Well, he should have kept his sound vibrations to himself.
What are some of your other thoughts on this episode?
He should have kept his... Okay.
You already said that, damn it.
I know. Well, for one, I think it's kind of cool that, they took a different stance with it. The tuning fork is hilarious, to say the least. It's a weird concept.
It's hilariously bad, but it's hilarious nonetheless.
But yeah, it's funny seeing Barbara actually talk to Bruce and having not really a choice. And Bruce is like, "No, I won't hand him over."
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I like the fact that they're kind of molding Terry more as the series goes. To kind of actually have to think more than rely on Bruce.
Absolutely.
Getting into continuity.
Yes.
Bruce and Terry are repairing the suit after an off-screen brawl with Mad Stan, who appeared in Rats. Oh, Rats. Shriek didn't recover his hearing after losing it in Shriek, but has managed to compensate for it with special headphones. He also wants to get revenge on Batman for his handicap. Well, those special headphones come into play in the comics.
Oh, yes, they do.
Which
yeah.
Kyle Higgins has done a good job at remembering little elements like this.
Oh, my God, yes.
Yeah. So that's kind of a nice touch. Although they are missing Max.
Well, not really. I'm not sure, and this is a conversation we should probably be having elsewhere, but they're not missing Max, but I don't think you've read the other issues before it went 2.0 / Batman Beyond Universe, when it was still Unlimited. She was full on into the second half of Batman Beyond Unlimited. So she was there. I don't know why she's not now. I do know that the next arc after the Justice Lords of Gotham crossover between Batman Beyond 2.0 and Justice League Beyond 2.0, I do know that the next arc is where Kyle is going to give us the answers of what happened between the year, the missing year, basically. And he's bringing the Phantasm back somehow. I don't know how, but he's bringing her back. But yeah, no, it's absolutely wonderful seeing Shriek in the comics and seeing him here. I mean, it's interesting that I don't think, well, I think he does come back actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I actually have to look at it. What are some of your other kind of final thoughts on this one?
I kind of I don't know. I kind of like the aspect of this episode. But it gives a lot of vibes close to the original Batman, kind of like what it says. During the repairing the suit, Bruce recalls a past experience where he was in a life-threatening situation where only Robin could save him.
Yeah.
And then, they're again doing a flashback to the rebirth.
Which is interesting. Shriek's last appearance will happen in Where's Terry? So that'll be Shriek's last appearance.
Ooh, Shriek's plan of holding Gotham ransom. Christopher Nolan stole it for the Joker.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, there you go. Of course, everybody wants $1 billion after Austin Powers came out. So, overall, I was going to say Shriek. Overall, Babel, I think, is tops. But I think we're going to take a. Did you have any other final thoughts?
No.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with ratings, final thoughts, and how we would rank these episodes from worst to first after this.
Hi, this is Kyle Higgins, and you're listening to the Geekcast Radio Network.
Alrighty, we're back after that. So, rounding out final thoughts.
Oh boy, final thoughts.
It's a crap.
Yes. Wonder how the Joker would say that.
Oh, it's a crap, all right. It's smelly too.
I gotta put Hooked Up and Rats both in last place. Mind Games is... I liked it, so I'll put that in the middle. And then Revenant and Babel are probably the two best of the day. I like Babel just a little bit more than Revenant. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like seeing what happened to Willie and how he's changed from the little scrawny kid to the, beefed up, buffed up, steroid using, not that I think he was, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Babel is easily the best episode of the day. It really, really is.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to fight you on that one.
Because
it's true.
But no, I'm still, we're about halfway. No, we're not halfway. Yeah, we're maybe middle way, almost halfway through season 2. Somewhere around there. And I'm still really digging the series, even though, there are a couple of bad episodes.
Couple?
A few. I mean, next time when we do one of these, it's going to be probably a comedy of sorts for a podcast because of one of the episodes we'll be talking about next time. But I'm really looking forward to when we get to episode 33 because that has 3 of my favorite episodes of the entire series.
Could it be Out of the Past?
No. That's
I know that's episode 35.
Season. Yeah, that's season 3. No. Sneak Peek, Egg Baby, and April Moon. How are you gonna? So are you ranking them the way I rank them, or how are you ranking them?
I'm gonna say Babylon is the top contender,
Mm-hmm.
and then going in reverse order of the day of what we covered would be my 4, 3, 2, 1. Babel is my number one. That's what I mean. I did my numbers backwards. Hey, Babel is the number one. Revenant's 2. Mind Games 3. Rats is 4. Hooked Up is 5.
Yeah. Now I'm not sure. Now I do know you want to end this show, end the podcast at episode 40.
Correct.
I'm not sure when we're going to get to the Batman Beyond comics in the pull bag, as far as the Adam Beecham run last year, or the 2012 run, going into what's currently going on with Nightwing. Jesus Christ, with Kyle Higgins. But I'm almost thinking, if and whenever we but whenever we get to those, I'm almost thinking we could, since they are Batman Beyond related, we could almost double post them in case people aren't listening to the pullback and just want Batman Beyond comic coverage. We could maybe. It's up to you. It's your show. I'm just making a suggestion. But no, I'm still absolutely loving Batman Beyond. Everything about it. Like I said, there are a number of bad episodes, but I think for me, the number of good episodes outweigh the number of bad episodes.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. But I wish that they'd make Batman Beyond again.
I know, me too.
I really do. Because I don't want another Batman movie.
You're not ready for the dawn of justice, are you?
As long as he isn't wearing hockey pads.
Oh my god. Batfleck is going to be parking the car in Harvard Yard. I can just see him using his Boston accent.
He won't.
I know he won't. We haven't even heard what he sounds like, but still.
He'll say, "Hi, I'm Batman."
Mm-hmm.
That's how he's going to sound.
Yep.
He won't be Kevin Conroy. Nobody can be Kevin Conroy.
Nope. What's coming up next time for episodes?
Well, next time we're going to be covering Terry's friend dates a robot. Eyewitness. That's just weird. It's like Power Glide all over again. No comment? No.
Stop tempting me.
Oh, you'll save it for the next episode anyway.
Yeah.
Eyewitness, Final Cut, The Last Resort, and Armory. Yeah, you have to do like a comparison of one to the other.
Oh my god. Terry's
I'm
friend dates a robot.
I am baiting you. You must do this.
Terry's friend dates a robot is so much better than The Girl Who Loved Power Glide.
Yeah, they both suck. So, yeah, I think that pretty sure that about rounds it out this week. So, thank you for listening to Legends of the Dark Knight. You can get a hold of us in the following ways. You can call the voicemail line 502-526-5821. You can comment on the episode post on the website, geekcastradio.com, which is newly refreshed. You can contact us through Facebook by searching Geekcast Radio Network. You can also get a hold of us on Twitter at LOT Dark Knight. My Twitter is at SCP21, and yours is, sir?
TFG and Mike.
So, until next time.
That's it.
I'm Batman. I wear hockey pads.
It's like you lost your train of thought there.
I couldn't remember the line.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. No, you're not.
Good night, everybody.
Get back, man! I'll blow out this whole floor!
I don't think so.
Go ahead. Take me in. You know I'll get out. And when I do, I'll finish this job once and for all.
You're right. And I can't let that happen.
No! Oh!
Don't!
Ah!
Drop it! Drop it!
Commissioner!
Hold it! Is he
dead?
This is my fault. I should have done something sooner. But now I'm finally going to put an end to it.
To what, Commissioner?
To Batman.
I told you he's not home.
Do you mind if we search for him?
As a matter of fact, I do. Is he in some kind of trouble?
Look, all I know is the Commissioner wants him brought in for questioning. If you see him, let us know.
You've heard, haven't you? Where is he? Where's McGinnis?
Not here.
When he comes, you have to turn him over.
If you take him in, you'll expose his secret. And mine. And yours.
What other choice do I have? Do we have? Believe me, I'm acutely aware of the ramifications. I have a husband running for re-election. How long do you think that'll last when this hits the web? No one can protect us this time, Bruce. He went too far.
Terry?
Bruce, you gotta help me. I don't know why, but the cops are after me.
Did you think you could get away with killing Mad Stan?
Killing? What are you talking about?
Barbara was an eyewitness. She saw everything.
All I did was hit him with my elbow. He was knocked out, not dead.
She wouldn't lie.
And I would?
Where are you? If you want me to trust you, you've got to trust me.
I'm at Max's.
Stay there.